Hi Scrapbook friends, this is Michelle at michellesizemore.com, and that has one L in my first name and my website link. I'm a creative memories advisor, and today you'll learn how to make this double page scrapbook layout using Creative Memories products. I used the embossed hexagon punch for these hexagons, and I used the 12-inch trimmer to cut my longer pieces and the photo trimmer to cut my pretend photos. And I want to show you this. This is our new photo trimmer, and I love how it fits nicely over, like this, over our 12-inch trimmer. So you can use there is a rainbow dots tool case, and it also comes in black with blue trim. That's like I should have gotten it out, but I didn't think about it, but it's just kind of a long and skinny tool case that would hold this. If you take out the inserts, you can, and this stacks right on top of it. It just makes it really handy for carrying it and storing it when you're transporting it to crops and things. And on the bottom of our new photo trimmer is a place to put both of your pair of scissors, and I really like that. It's just really a compact way to store and organize and transport your stuff. Okay, so let's get started with this part first, because it's the fun part. I'm going to grab my 12-inch ruler, and let me show you this cute little Rainbow Dots caddy. Is currently available at the time of this video. I don't know how much longer it's going to last. It's probably going to sell out fast. So if you want this, my link to my website will be in the comments below. You can click that link and order it for direct ship to your house. And it's just so cute, and it spins around. So it's really handy to take to crops. I've got all of my circles here. I'll take that pencil out of there. They fit nicely in this little outside pocket. And my gemstone patterns here. And my ovals here. So those are the main templates that I always have. And you can put bigger things here, scissors, all kinds of things, pins, hodgepodge, tape runners, multiple kinds of tools, more things in the pockets. And then it spins around. I think I told you, I just have fun spinning it around. Okay, so I'm going to move this aside and grab my ruler out of there. So the first thing I want to do is cut this piece right here that these hexagons are going to mount onto. And it is just a little bit shy of 4 inches. Let's say between 3 3/4 and 4. I'm not going to try to be super exact, but I'm going to grab my piece of red cardstock out of this Power Project sleeve right here. Have everything in it that I need for this project. It opens at the top and side. It's a great way to transport your stuff, to get it together, and then you can stack multiple ones on top of each other, each one having what you need to create like a 2-page layout or a layout. And then when you're done with that layout, you can fill it with what you need for future layouts. So I'm going to grab the cardstock out of here and cut that with my 12-inch trimmer and the straight blade. So let me get the photo trimmer off of here. And I said it was between 3 3/4 and 4 inches. So 3 3/4 is right there. So I'm going to go about right there. And if I got it a little too big, I can always trim it later. So I've cut that piece. The next thing I want to do is to cut some hexagons. And these are the papers from Christmas Charm that I used for the hexagons. These are just my scrap pieces of paper. I always use up my scraps first. Yeah, I used 5 different patterns. So I am going to take this. You want to open it up by moving that little notch to make it spring open. And I'll just cut a few of these gold striped pieces. Okay. All right. Okay, and then of these other ones as well. I should have probably pre-cut these to save some time, but that's okay. It's good to get the one you just cut out of the way before you cut another one so they don't get layered on top of each other and messed up. I'm just going to cut 3 of each one for now. I think that's all I need to show you. Probably too much, actually. Okay, we're going to do this cranberry color. And you want to cut as close to the one you just punched out as possible to save paper. So I'm going to go a little bit closer on that one. Okay, and then I've done the green, and let's do this one. Well, let's do this one because the other side of it is that pattern. And I want to use up this small piece first. Use up my scraps first. So I'm going to cut a few of those. Okay. There it is. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over and cut a few of these. But what I need to do first is to get a good straight edge on there so that my punch can get to it. So I'm going to put that in here. This blade is going to come on the left-hand side dotted line. So I'm going to put that close to there. Now I have a good straight edge to work with. I'll probably save this little scrap, but throw these away. I like to save my scraps. You'll hear me say that all the time. Okay, so I'm going to cut a few on this side. 1. Get close to that other one. 2. Sometimes it gets up in there and you can't hardly find it. And 3. Okay, there we go. So I've got several of these. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. All right. So now, rather than working straight on this, I actually did mine on just an extra piece of paper of cardstock, cut a little bit narrower than the finished project. So I think I did it on about, what did I say that was? About, let's go at about 3.5 inches. And if it's too wide, I can cut some of that off. Okay. I sort of figured this out as I went. So now what I want to do, because you're not going to see this when I'm done. So I alternated the colors like this. I started with a gold up here. So let's do that. And on these gold stripes, I kind of like to stagger the way the direction of the stripes goes just to keep it interesting. And the same way with the colors in the plaids, just to kind of make them look a little bit interesting. So I'm going to put this one up here. And it's okay that it goes above the punch. It's okay. So I'm going to put this here, this one here, this one here, because it's okay that it goes off because we're actually going to cut it. And then this one here. Okay, and then I did a, well, I'm not going to do it exactly like that. I can just do what I want here. So, well, maybe let's do, oh, I need this color. I haven't done this one yet. Let's do this one over here. You know, the point is just to not get your same shapes, colors too close together. Let's say I want to do this. You know, you want to put it so that they're right up against each other. I don't really have a rhyme or reason about my colors. I just do it the way I like it to where they're not too close together. Now, as you can see, I did make this too wide, but that's okay. When I'm done, I can go back and go underneath and just cut it. So I would take my repositionable tape runner and put some on the back and stick these down like this. I would stick them all down, and then I would get this kind of look all the way down. And then when I'm done, the goal would be, I'm not going to spend time doing all that, because once you see me do a couple, you get the idea, I think. So you're going to fill this up. It's okay that they're going to hang over. Let me go ahead and mount all of this section down so I can show you about what to do about it hanging over. And I try to make it so that I don't see any of the background showing through where they meet each other. The reason I turned that is I wanted it to go into a different direction than that one. Okay, and I'm going to do, okay, actually, sorry, I'm figuring out as I go, so bear with me. All right, so I'm good with those. You don't really see any beige in between. And then fill this whole thing up, and then when it's all full, grab your scissors and turn it over, and wherever you see it sticking out past the beige, just cut that off so that you'll get a straight edge. And you would do that all the way around, and then you would have this full with these. Now, since I did make this too wide, I'm going to just look at it and cut it about right there, just so when I'm done, just so none of the beige shows. And then I would mount the whole thing on top of my cranberry here, okay? And this obviously would be cut smaller. So I hope you get the idea on that. It's really easy. Okay, so that's how I did that part. And then for this is one of the variety mats that comes in the mat pack. It's just like this. And I would measure that. I think it's a 4x6. Yeah, it's a 6x4. So I want to mat it with green. So I would cut the green to 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. A 1/4 inch on both sides. Bigger. So I'm going to grab my green cardstock. Now, if you want a fatter mat than that, you can cut yours slightly bigger, but that's how I like mine. So I'm going to measure that at 4 1/4 by, and I'm going to use the photo trimmer for the rest, just to show y'all how it works since it's new. So if you had a photo and you wanted to cut it down to 6 1/4, your 6 goes here, and that's the 1/4 inch mark right there. So you're going to flip it and go to 6 1/4. Make sure it's straight all the way at the top, and it's straight all the way down, and cut. Now this is just like our other trimmer, except it's a little bit bigger, and you can cut bigger photos. And then you also get this little arm that extends out so that you can cut up to an 8x10 photo. You go up to 10 inches. Our older trimmer didn't go that far. So that's just how our trimmer works. And again, you can store these on the bottom, and it stacks on top of your trimmer. So I would put some tape runner on the back of this variety mat, put it on top of my green, and that just gives it a little pop of green color. Okay, and then the rest is so easy. I would, I'm trying to find the other page that goes with this. Here we go. I would get all this out of the way. So here, because this is a wide side border, I chose not to do it on both sides because there wouldn't leave much room to have photos. And I kind of like it because when I look at a 2-page layout, it all goes together. And I kind of like the different look of just having a border on the side and then all photos. It's just like one big kind of canvas to work on so that when you open your book, it looks great. But I did have to cut these photos just a little bit skinnier to fit. And so I cut these to 3 1/4 by 5 3/4, and then cut my mats 1/4 inch bigger both ways. This one was 4 by 4, so my mat was 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and so on. These were 4 by 6s, so 6 1/4 by 4 1/4 for the mats. Now this is a piece of ruled paper, and I forgot to get my ruled paper out to show you, but I cut it to 6 inches wide just so it would kind of measure up with the photo, kind of. And to fit the space, it's about 2 1/4 inches tall. So I cut my ruled paper with my 12-inch trimmer, just like I showed you how to cut this, and wrote on it with a black pen. And again, I love the background paper where it's just like a subtle little writing on it. And I have used all of that out of several packs of that because I love it so much. But there are some other really neutral papers that come in that pack like this. This would work just fine too, just kind of a light wood grain look. You could use it in either direction. I kind of like it that way. You know, or whatever you like. You could even do it on a gold paper if you wanted. So that's a pretty easy layout using the Christmas Charm collection, the embossed hexagon punch, the 12-inch trimmer, the photo trimmer, red and green cardstock, and the variety mat pack. Thank y'all for watching my video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.